So, Paula, hello. Lovely of you to join me, and welcome to the interview series where I am interviewing ordinary women who are all extraordinary women, but who have changed their life in midlife and become brilliant businesswomen. But before we begin, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Moira Doherty. I am the midlife business guru, and I coach women to change their life midlife and become successful businesswomen. And there is nothing that you cannot do. Age is not a problem. Believe me, we are all living proof of that, aren't we, Paula? So would you like to introduce yourself and tell everybody about your journey? Because I love your journey and I love your story.
Okay, thanks, Moira. So I'm Paula Duncan from Paula Duncan Bespoke Kilt Making. So that says it all. I'm like a kilt maker. Prior to joining the WOWS Hub, I used to teach at a different establishment, and I had to leave there. So I started on my own about 4 years ago, teaching in my house. I changed one of my bedrooms into my workroom. So people come to me to learn kilt making. And then obviously I make really special kilts as well. I kind of put my all into it. I try and like capture the customer spirit. Yeah, and so that's what I do. So yeah, I'm a kilt maker. I feel really fortunate because I've always been a sewer. I started as a dressmaker. I've worked in Johnson's of Elgin, so I had this journey of sewing anyway. And then I had an opportunity 15 years ago to do kilt making, and it just grabbed me. I just love the whole structure of taking a flat piece of fabric and molding it into a body shape. It just excites me every single time I get a new kilt and a new piece of tartan in.
Fantastic. So how have things changed? So you've been sewing, if you like, but making kilts for a long time. But then towards the end of last year, you decided that you wanted to change things, didn't you? Or you actually didn't know how much you were going to change things, but you thought that there had to be more to life than what you were doing.
Yeah, so obviously COVID hit, and my main income is students coming to me. Well, it's kind of half and half kilt making during the month and half teaching, but obviously I didn't have any students. But I had this message from a student from a different school asking me to teach them. And I just, I was on your free group, and I'm like, who do I ask? And I'm like, I know who I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask Moira. She's going to guide me. And then we had this chat and I joined the hub, and it's just been the best thing ever. So I've gone from using my computer for eBay buys to actually building a website, and I'm quite comfortable going into my computer and making PDFs and everything now. I never thought I would say that. So yeah, just because of all the masterclasses that you've put on for us and all the experts. And initially you think I'm never going to do this, but it's like November I joined, so what, 8 months, 9 months on, I'm actually really comfortable doing it. And even like doing the lives and everything, that first live that I ever did, I was so scared. And now I'm quite comfortable doing lives. It's just astonishing how much confidence I've actually gained. And I didn't realize how unconfident I was until I started doing this. And yeah, so I just feel really confident about continuing my journey. Yeah, and growing in my business.
And you've created all sorts of things that you never even thought about, haven't you? So you've done sales funnels, and you do make me laugh because you're always like, I can't believe I've made a sales funnel. And now you're doing online courses, smaller ones, bigger ones, all sorts of things. So you're really going to start to add passive and semi-passive income into your world as well, which you have never even thought was possible.
No, I didn't think it was possible. And that first phone call that I had with you, and you're like, Paula, you should do online training. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. And then the more that I looked into it, and I did a video course, and I just invested in myself to like train myself really. So yes, I've got my first course out, which is called Stitch the Basics, which is available. I haven't really shouted about it because I haven't got the other course started, it's just kind of that thing, but I'm going to shout about it. But, the amazing thing is a gentleman bought it, and he, rather than wait for my big course, he's actually coming to me next week. He's flying over from America. So, so the mini course must have been really good for him to invest in himself to then come over here, and he's doing a 12-day course with me, which is just incredible.
Honestly, it is watching your growth and your change from, let's say, just somebody who made kilts at home, and now you call yourself a master kilt maker, and to do all this online stuff and growing your audience and getting out there on different social media platforms. Your journey is an absolute inspiration. So and lots of people will be interested, Paula, because there's so many women out there who they've lost their confidence, and they don't have an awful lot of confidence, and they think, oh, I can't do all this sort of stuff, I can't do it. But it's simply not true, is it? It just simply isn't true.
No, it's not true. And what can I say about it? You know, the fact that, like, I'm a sole trader, I'm on my own, and for 3 years prior getting in touch with yourself, you know, a lot of this mindset thing. See, when you're on your own, it's really difficult and it's such a struggle. But the WOWS hub that I'm in, you know, the community that's there, you don't feel like you're on your own. So if you are struggling, you do a little shout out, and then virtually everybody comes and gives you a little hug. And it's just amazing, actually. Friendships are being built, and it's this thing where sorry, my menopause head there. It's this thing where, you know, your family and friends, although they maybe support you, they don't actually understand what's going on. But, you know, all the ladies in the hub know exactly what's going on, or how you maybe feel that day. And the community it's just amazing, Moira.
It is just amazing. And that is the thing. So I always say that it's important to learn and grow, which you obviously have. You've learned so many new skills. Like I say, you've now got passive income coming in. You've got so many new ideas for the future that you never even dreamt that you would entertain or even think of, and you're doing it. But it's and I've said this has come out in every single interview that I've done, that community, when you become an entrepreneur, when you are on your own, it's really tough to be on your own. Having a community of like-minded women, and that everybody has said the same thing, getting to know like-minded women is absolutely crucial, because they support you on the days, they celebrate your wins, and you just feel great, and it lifts everybody up. But they also just support each other, and that is incredibly important. And that's one of my things is creating communities. So two things to ask you. One is, what was the most difficult thing on this journey? So you left the company you were employed by, and you said, you know, you were on your own, and it's difficult to sort of think how you're going to do anything other than just keep turning over what you're doing. But then once you decided it was all going to change, what was one of the biggest difficulties that you overcame?
So for me, it was like mindset. That was huge. In my old job, I actually got bullied, which it's not very nice to say, but that is what happened. And I had to leave very quickly, and I couldn't pay my rent. I had no money, and I had to start from scratch. So that was a huge thing. So when I started with yourself, I did realize that I had a block in my head. And the thing about every time I posted something that maybe my prior boss didn't like, then there would be something on her page to contradict what I said. So I really struggled with that. But I've been to so many mindset, like Gemma James is like amazing. And she said on one of the things, I think it was the spring into action that you guys did together, which was like massive to move me forward. It was actually incredible. And she was like, it doesn't matter what other people think of you. And I say that daily to myself, because it doesn't matter. So the fact now that I'm like, yes, I'm going to post that, and I'm going to appear live, and you know, I don't have any problem doing that now, because I'm not thinking about what other people think of me. I am thinking, right, you know, what can I offer people? You know, I want to make their kilt making journey amazing. So that's what I'm all about now. So yeah, that was a huge thing. My mindset was massive. So yeah, that was my big thing.
Oh, that's brilliant. And again, that will help so many people, because I think mindset is we can all be, do, and have whatever we want, but we will only achieve what we think we can. And that is, you know, that goes across the board. You all know that I'm a mad Formula One nut, and recently on one of the Formula One programs, one of the pundits, he's a driver, but he drove a Formula One car, and even he said, I know what I've got to do, it's whether my mind will let me.
Yeah.
You know, so even them with like, and they've got mindset coaches and they've got, you know, all the stuff behind them.
Yes.
So even they have that. So mindset is really, really important.
Yeah.
So what does the future hold for Paula Duncan?
Well, so today I just kind of put some feelers out. I want to have an apprentice next year. I definitely want to have an apprentice because my kilts take up so much time that I don't have time to focus on the courses that I really want to get out there. So, and you know, I know, like, as older women supporting each other. So whether I have a mature person, there's funding out there for them to do that, or whether I go with like a young person, a Kickstarter. I was really fortunate that I got a chance to do dressmaking when I was 16, and it was an amazing thing to actually have and grow. So I'm looking into both options. So yeah, I really want to train somebody up, because the thing is, kilt making is on the endangered list as well, and I just think it's really important to keep it alive. So that's my plan for next year, and also getting my big course out. I'm so excited about getting that out. And what I hope is my gentleman who's coming to me, I'm hoping that he will buy the course as well, and I can mentor him to be a kilt maker, which would just be incredible. So that's what I'm hoping to do. So yeah, it's exciting.
It's all so exciting and so achievable. And Paula, thank you very, very much, because your journey really has been from, you know, just like you say, lack of confidence, just thinking you're just always going to be sewing in your bedroom, making a few kilts, to the world completely opening up and becoming exciting, and you realizing that you can just, what you earn is the limit. There's no limit to what you can earn now. And it just gives you financial security. And the other thing is, with having passive income, we were talking about this the other day in the Wow Hub, weren't we, which is the membership, that, you know, as we're getting older and all our joints, I said to them, I've got a really funny thumb, and our joints, and you're literally sewing, and you know,
it's like, because the kilts are hand stitched, I can be sewing for more than 8 hours a day, and you know, it takes about 30 hours to make a kilt. So if I have to do it in a week, I mean, that's really, really hard on my hands. I never noticed it actually until, like, I'm going to say the menopause word again, but I do kind of think that's got a lot to do with it, and it speeds things up a little bit. So I have noticed my hands going slightly, and I don't want them to go. So that's another reason why, you know, training up other people. I'll never give up my kilts. I love doing it so much. But if I can train somebody else alongside me, it kind of can alleviate the hands as well.
Yeah, and we all just get older, and now you haven't got to think, oh my God, you know, will I be slowing down? You can go on with your passive income, with your apprentice, with everything else. So your world is, in 12 months, in less than 12 months, your world has completely transformed.
Yeah, and I've transformed. That's the other thing, you know, and everybody notices it round about me. So yeah, the journey's been amazing, Moira.
Fantastic. Well, Paula, thank you so much, because this is going to be an inspiration to so many women who are doing something that at the moment there's a limit to what they can do and what they can earn. And you've just shown that can be totally changed, and then you can change what you do, still do what you love, but there's no limit to what you can earn and how you can grow. And you just need to get in a community like the Wow Hub or something like that, and the world's your oyster, isn't it, literally?
Absolutely. And if anybody's thinking about doing it, so there might be even creatives, because I'm a creative person, you know, and just know your worth and know your work. And if you're thinking about it, what have you got to lose? Give it a bash. You're going to learn something along the way. You're going to learn lots, well, as much as you want to learn.
Oh, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Paula, for sharing your story. And I will see you soon. I think it's tomorrow. We're going to see each other. So I will see you soon. So take care, Paula, and have a lovely evening.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.